You just got coconut.
Why is Mario Kart playing?
You just got coconut mauled.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like we should play that at the start of this one? Like, if Ren's starting a video, I feel like, even though if it's like a horror spook thing, we should just play that for some reason. It would be
I
like
actually
the
really
dumb,
get that.
it would be
I
like
think
the
that's
worst
awesome.
thing. It would be so dumb.
Or we could play,
Yeah.
or we could play the song Sledgehammer.
Silly boy. All right, we're just waiting on Gollum. Gollum, where's Gollum? He'll be here soon, hopefully. So welcome to your new game called Crit Kids. And no, we don't want to play Nintendo music, which is copyrighted.
And no, we do not want to we do not want to critical hit kids. That's called murder. And that's pretty illegal. And that's pretty illegal, so unless you want to go to jail, then I would suggest not getting a critical hit on kids. If you're playing like Call of Duty or something, then getting a headshot is totally fine. But like headshotting in real life is kind of illegal. Unless you're in war, but
all right, so last episode, Elixir Bubbles was not here.
And I was trying to find that one.
And I'm back.
And he's back.
Oh no,
So
Wait, how does he find us?
we met up with him.
oh, hang on. We're just about to get Gollum.
Oh, sweet.
Let's see.
Hold on.
Hi.
Hold on, I want to do something really
We
dumb.
finally have a golem.
All right, let me fix our video.
Oh, you're killing me?
And the sound up there we go. Or on the phone, I think we can turn the volume up there, but also in front of the keyboard. Hold that up and down. Okay.
Okay. Does everyone remember what happened last time? Because I kind of forget.
Me too.
All right, I'm going to give you guys a quick overview. There's a lot of noise. All right. Let me start over. Hang on a second.
Damn, cool background.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Crit Kids, where I critically do something to your characters at some point. All right, so let's get right down to it. Last week, Elixir Bubbles was not so.
Yeah, he had some show to play or something.
Yes, exactly. Elixir Bubbles had a special show of some sort to play,
Yeah,
and he took his.
my new ability, which I'm not going to mention yet.
Let's not mention it just yet, right? But he took his squirrel pal. What's his squirrel pal's name?
Jeff.
So he went with Jeff the squirrel, and they had a show. So they were too busy to actually partake in what craziness happened afterwards. Let's go back another episode, the first episode, where you guys were sort of introduced to Eberron and Sharn. You're in the city of Sharn, and you were unfortunately witness to a murder on the Skyway Bridge. And as you approached the situation, you were kind of sort of framed for it. Everybody kind of shouted, "Murderers! Murderers!" pointing at you, and you ran.
I didn't do anything.
I know you didn't do anything, which is quite sad, but it looks like you guys did kind of sort of get blamed for it. But in the process of running, well, you were also attacked, right, by a bunch of Warforged. let me bring up a quick, like a bulletin board or pinup board type of thing, so you can see what's happening here. Okay. So I have this thing here which keeps track of all of our missions, adventures. First of all, let's reacquaint ourselves with your characters. This is the party.
Yeah.
Now you'll notice that there's been some change in artwork. This is Nemia, the tiefling monk.
Noise. I like
What do
the
you
old
think?
one better. I like the old one better.
I know, but we have to go with something unique.
You remember the... Wait, what's her name again? I forgot.
And this is Elixir Bubbles. I don't know where her squirrel's
Yes.
at, though.
Oh, dang it, man. Can you just, like, Photoshop a squirrel in there or something?
Probably. And we have
Sweet.
Wellbricks.
Perfect.
He's not a dwarf, although he looks like a dwarf.
He definitely looks like a dwarf.
And
I'm a he.
Gollum.
I'm a boy.
I think we've lost Gollum. I'm not sure where he's at or where she's at. Oh
That
boy.
looks much skinnier than
I think she
thought.
died. I think she's dead. Dead body reported.
Woo!
Oh, God.
So
Gollum's
this is
dead.
the party of 4 characters that you've got currently. And you, if you remember, oops.
But what was that other 5th character down there? There was a 5th character there.
Yes, he also has some new artwork. His
Who is
name
that?
is,
Why
he's a
does he not have
changeling.
mouth? Why
Okay.
does he not have a mouth?
Oh, good question. You're very observant. His name is Lucifer Fox, aka Scar.
Cool.
AKA Batman.
I'm not Batman.
A Batman.
I'm
No,
Scar.
not Batman. I'm
So he
sorry.
does have a mouth.
No, you're
you
Batman.
don't really see it. He's
No,
a
you're Batman.
changeling. And
So he changed his mouth to look like he doesn't have one?
probably, or it's very, 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 like, I don't know, very thin. You can't see it. But as you can see, he has a nasty scar on his face. That's why
Yes.
he's called Scar by some.
Just like how Batman's scarred from his parents dying.
Oops. All right. So, you guys had witnessed the murder of Bonal Geldum, and he had a satchel, and there was this chase. And during the chase, you managed to get a hold of said satchel, which led you to a reporter called Julius Reeves. And when you went to meet Julius Reeves, he kind of ran away from you. He was a little scared of what's happening, and he told you to be careful. But he told you
Didn't do
to...
the murder.
He did mention something about there being an art exhibit in town. Remember that?
Okay.
And this is this is where Elixir Bubbles was out of the picture for a while, because Elixir went to his show, and the next day the 3 remaining party members, that's Nemia, Wellbricks, and Gollum, and of course Lucifer Fox, or Scar, I'll just call him Scar from now on. You all went to the museum, and you had to look for what, let me see, what was the clue? The clue was...
A horse looking back. And
Yes.
the clue on the back of the parchment.
Landon, look outside.
The clue was, look for the horse that looks back at you. And on the back of the canvas was a secret ancient, the location to a secret ancient forge beneath Sharn, which is where you want to head. And so you were presented with several pictures. And which one was it that was the horse that looked back at you? Do you remember?
It's the 4th one on the top.
Yeah, the frog. It was
left.
the frog one.
That was a quick catch there, Elixir.
That's like the easiest thing in the world. That's literally the only horse looking backwards.
Yeah, if you kind of look at it sideways, if you look at it like upside or the right side
if
up,
you look
it
at it-
looks like a frog.
If you look at it from the upside, it kind of looks like it's looking back. If you're looking like to the left, if you're like sitting on the horse and like kind of like dipping your head down to the left, and then it turns back to look at you, that's kind of what it looks like. Kind of.
Yeah.
Very simple.
So in
My
any case,
big brain is
Because it's
my
on
big,
the
I have
back
too
of
big of a
the
brain.
frog.
yeah,
have-
there's something on the back of the canvas. This is it's an old canvas dating back several hundred years, and someone had painted this painting on it and secretly wrote the location of a forge. And if you remember now, the Warforged characters that attacked you work for this guy called the Lord of Blades. We
Okay.
don't know who he is or what he looks like just yet, but
This
he's
lore
got.
is confusing.
Yeah, that's why I made a little. That's why I made this sort of bulletin board to kind of keep you guys informed, and every time we would look at it, we can look back at it. So he had these Warforged characters who attacked you. I think Gollum's coming back. Let me bring her back in, along with these homunculi, these flying homunculi, dog-like creatures that attacked you.
Homunculus.
And yes, they were responsible for the Murblurd. Bonel Galdum.
Murblurd.
Yeah, that's
From now on,
that's the word we're going to use.
Call every murder a murblurd. Murblurd.
One more fact that you should keep in mind is this Fox or Scar character. He works for somebody who pays him.
He refuses to mention.
We don't know who it is. And one more final piece of the puzzle. There's this House Kenneth. If you recall, I explained that House Kenneth were the designers or the people who actually kind of sort of invented the Warforge. So how they're involved is yet to be decided or figured out.
They're just there.
They're
Right
just
now,
there.
They're just sitting there like, why can't I be part of the lore right now? I just want to be part of the lore now.
But right now,
But they will.
you guys are all basically on your own, and we're going to start with let's start off with Gollum. How you doing, Gollum? Hello, Gollum.
Hi.
So, Gollum, you after the plan. Oh, I didn't show you the plan, right? We had a plan.
I totally forgot the plan.
Fair enough. I have no idea what the plan is.
Well,
I don't
the plan
remember. I
is
just remember that it could use some work.
The plan for what? What's
Yes.
the plan for?
the plan is to
Or-
get into the museum at night when you can get in through a sky coach.
Okay.
You through the documents that were found on the body, you found out that there was a receipt or some kind of note saying that the glass dome or one of the windows in the glass dome was broken. So that's a possible entry point.
Nice.
But it's at the top of this dome, which is like 90 feet high or something like that, something crazy. So Nemia had this awesome idea. I bet Elixir doesn't know what this is. She's going to use her thumping turkey ability
Wait.
to open the glass
thumping
door.
Turkey. Wait. Please explain.
Okay, I'll explain to you. You see, it involves getting a frozen turkey, okay? You take the frozen turkey, said turkey goes into a pot of boiling water, you boil it. Once it's nicely like thawed out and ready to go, you take it out, you put it underneath your feet, you thump on it, and then you throw it out a window. Is that it?
And
I
then
don't
you
know.
throw it at a window. You stomp on a boiled turkey a defrosted boiled turkey, and then you throw it at a window.
I don't know.
Oh my god, I love it.
Let's
I still don't understand if you actually believe that or not.
Stomping turkey.
let's
we have to use stomping turkey to open. We have to use stomping.
hang on.
It's the only way.
Let's give Nemia a chance. Sorry, Golem, we'll get back to you again. Let's get Nemia a chance to explain what exactly thumping turkey is. She's muted. She ate too much turkey. She can't speak.
Bruh. Why is the new thing turkey?
I have no
It's just
idea.
turkey.
It was either a squirrel or
God,
a turkey.
if PETA saw, my God, if PETA saw this plan, if PETA even knew what thumping turkey was, just imagine.
All
Just
right.
imagine what PETA would do.
All right, so Nemi is having mic problems, so I'll explain. So, Elixir, thumping turkey is her description or wording of a spell that she has called, I think maybe, well,
Thaumaturgy.
that's it. Wellbricks knows how to say it perfectly. Let's hear it again.
Thaumaturgy.
And what does it do?
Wait, what was the
You can,
spell?
like,
don't know.
thaumaturgy, but she's calling
Dom and
it
Cherry
thumping-
G?
No, thaumaturgy.
Wait, what?
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy. Oh, I understand.
Yeah,
That's why it's called thumping turkey.
and you can use it to open a door, slam it shut, or you can do the same thing to a window or something like that. Or you can like make harmless tremors or something very minor like that.
So it's basically that spell plus turkey.
There's 6 effects.
Yes.
Fast explanation. Haha, I'm smart.
Pretty much. You manifest a
My
minor
brain is too
wonder,
big for this.
a sign of a supernatural power within range. You create one of the following magical effects. And the one she chose was you instantly cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut. So using
Yes,
her
because-
thaumaturgy or her thumping turkey, she's going to open a window.
Bruh. Just imagine it's like this glass is bulletproof and spellproof. There's no way anything could get through. And then you just see a golem use a turkey as a sledgehammer, and it just and the glass just explodes.
Okay,
Just imagine.
I'm going to have to go now and change Nemia's picture from a dagger to a turkey.
Yeah.
Wait, Nemia uses
Yes.
that? I thought Golem was the one using it.
No, it's
It's a
Nemia.
spell.
But yes, Photoshop a turkey onto it. Photoshop a turkey onto it.
All right.
Just like really quickly, you just slap a turkey on it.
Let's move on. All right. So after the stomping turkey
Yes.
opens the door or the window up at the top, we're supposed to use a rope to lower Wellbricks. I think Wellbricks is the smallest of them all, and Wellbricks is supposed to go down, right, into the museum, and either steal or replace or copy the painting or something like that, right?
No, we're supposed to already have a copy of the painting.
Oh, you're so smart.
And then I go in and switch it.
Why would
Excellent.
Wellbricks be doing that?
I think
We're-
I also
Smallest.
We have to find a copy.
I feel like I should be the one distracting them because I'm literally a bard and
You've got a
making loud
job.
noises is what I do.
You've got a job.
You should be the one
Wait,
to
really?
distract.
What's my
them.
job?
You're going to be the one flying the getaway vehicle.
Oh, come on. Why do I get the most boring job?
It's not the most boring job. So hang on.
What do you mean? All I do is hop in and I'm like, okay, I just drive up and say, hey, your Uber's here. And
We'll
then
see.
I drive them off.
there, so you didn't get the
That's like
same.
literally the most boring job ever.
Okay, hang on.
When was
Let's-
it Uber?
I think that Alexa should be the one to go in, but if there was a way to get me and Alexa or both,
You can.
both in, that would be great because I could like just copy the writing on the back without
While I
needing to
distract-
copy.
No.
But like even if I don't understand it, then I can just bring the copy stuff to Nemia, then she
All right.
can figure it out.
So
Hold on,
who's
we
gonna
need to figure out
who's
this
gonna
plan.
drive? Then who's gonna drive the Sky Coach? Is it gonna be Scar?
Nemia.
Scar.
All right.
He
All right.
drove,
So
he drove it before he can do it again.
Scar. All right. So in that case, we're gonna use the rope to lower Wellbricks and Elixir. All right.
I'll
Now,
distract the guards because
hang on. Well, no.
this whole
You-
thing is
Look at that.
over.
Distracting the guards is another job, which belongs to Gollum. It's right here. Distract the guards. Hurl a rock at another window upstairs or something.
I really don't feel like that would be as effective as somebody singing and dancing just right in front of them.
That is not.
I don't know.
Okay, so we'll put here possible second distraction. I can't type. Distraction.
Because if the rock doesn't do anything, then we need some backup plan.
The Rock?
Okay, I'll throw.
And I'm pretty sure some random man at 12 o'clock at midnight, randomly just dancing and singing is a pretty damn good distraction, if I do say so myself.
Well, Scar asks a question. He says to you, "What are you gonna do? Are you gonna be inside? You gonna dance inside? Are you crazy?"
I answer his question by saying, yes, I am.
That was a rhetorical question. Never mind.
And then I say to him, and then Elixir says back to him, I have mental problems.
All right. So I have to bring up a point here. So Wellbrick says you're going to replace the painting. That means that before you even get to the museum tonight, you have to find someone to do a painting side quest.
Well,
now,
not
before
really
we
a side
continue,
quest, it's a required quest to do the quest.
Required.
Maybe we don't, or maybe we don't have to make a copy at all, or we can just, or I can just go in, look on the back of it, and copy whatever symbols are in it, even if understand or not. I can still copy it.
I feel like stealing the painting. I feel like stealing the painting entirely is more fun.
Okay, let's get one point clear here. You guys are, remember, you're in a city. It's not a place where you want to get yourself in trouble. You don't, for example, want to go around killing everybody because you're not evil characters. You may not necessarily want to. No. We're not doing evil.
Fine.
We made that made that clear from the beginning. You guys are not evil. If you're evil, you're gonna find yourself in trouble really quick. So what was I gonna say?
Already in trouble with the king.
Yeah,
but I had to choose a flaw, and I thought that one would be fun. And I didn't know that the place that I lived in was literally the biggest continent of all time. I didn't know we were going to be living in the biggest city.
Yeah, you also didn't know that we're gonna live in a place where there's like actual police and stuff.
You guys also didn't know that I had squirrel.
Apparently, we had a note here saying that Nemia was going to go sneak into the painting as well. So are all three of you going to go in? Who's going to hold the rope?
Okay, Welbert should hold the rope. Nemia should probably do the
I'll be the one to copy the painting.
Yeah, and then if Golem's distraction doesn't work, I'll just be chilling there to see if I need the extra distraction.
Well, maybe Elixir. This would be a good time for Elixir to do the distractings, and maybe I could hold the rope since I might not go in anyway.
Yeah.
Because I don't really see why I'm needed in there.
Okay, we need to figure things out. So we have Scar on plane duty. We got Scar on plane duty. We're gonna have
Nemia copying the painting.
We're gonna have Nemia copy the paintings. We're gonna get Welbricks to hold the rope, and Golem to cause a distraction. And
look at what Ren's writing.
And if Golem's distraction doesn't work, then me and Jeff will cause a distraction.
Look at what Ren just highlighted. Look at what Ren just highlighted.
Fox already had a
just do that.
He kind of
could be.
Fox was kind of like Plan B, but if he's Plan B, then we still need someone to drive the vehicle. Because remember, you guys are going to be up top on top of this building. Golem is going to be inside, probably wandering around, trying to distract the guards.
She's going to be causing the distraction, but can't we just kill his Plan B?
Sure. Gone.
Plan B, if Golem's distraction doesn't work, since the guards might be too focused to leave and see what it was, or only one went and there would still be some guarding it, then we need a Plan B to distract the rest of the guards.
I have an idea.
Right?
I could scare them. And no, we are not going to find a potion of question mark.
No.
Yeah. Pretty much accurate.
Okay,
Yeah,
hang on.
accurate.
Let's
Wait,
give
you forgot
Gollum a
after-
try.
you
Hang on.
forgot
Shh,
after-
shh.
you forgot
Everyone
after
quiet for a minute.
And Jeff.
Let's give Gollum a minute to I want to hear what Gollum has to say.
Okay.
Maybe
She had
we
an
could throw
idea.
maybe throw elixir through the window.
Awesome.
Now I want to wait. Let me get this straight. You want Nemia, instead of stomping on a turkey and using a turkey as a bat, you want to use me.
No. She was supposed to cause a distraction somewhere else in the building to have the guards go over there. That's why she's throwing a rock at the window somewhere else in another part of the building.
Yes.
So you kind of split the party. The original plan sort of seemed splitting the party in three. One was the distraction. Two was the lookout, which was supposed to be the fox guy. And three was the actual party going in to steal the painting. So at this point, I think Gollum is on his own, basically trying to keep the guards from going into the main part of the building, leaving Wellbricks, Nemia, and Elixir up top with the Sky Coach. And I'm guessing you're going to put Scar on the streets as a lookout?
Yeah, and he'll also be our getaway driver.
Okay, well, you can't do both,
Maybe
right?
Wellbricks should go with Gollum just to be safe.
Wait, the optional says find a potion of question mark for blank for Phoebe Gollum.
This was a side quest that I was going to start off with. So let's you guys can think over the plan for a minute. Let's go back to Gollum. So Gollum, after this crazy, insane plan of yours started to kind of not really come together, you decided to go for a walk and you went to the magic shop, right? I think you wanted to go to the magic shop. I remember last week. Or was it last week? 2 weeks ago, I forget. Anyway, so yeah, you're wandering around, you know, it's a nice day outside, and you decide that you're gonna look for the best magic shop in town. Let's see. So you go and you find this little place off in a corner of one of the towers. Let's see.
I didn't hear anything that just happened within the past minute. I just went to Rickroll
It's okay.
my
It's
brother.
okay. We're just getting something here started.
I just Rickrolled my brother.
I'll make a hole for you. I made a hole for you.
All right. So you go and you see there's this place that has the not a real head, a fake head of a unicorn, and it's a magical shop run by what looks to be a halfling. Now it's got some nice wide windows. You can see inside. He's got a wide variety of minor magic items. Magic is pretty prevalent in the city. There's magical items for everything, like lights and you know, everything that you and I have everyday kind of items. They kind of have them in Eberron, but they're kind of magical. They don't use electricity. They use kind of magic. So anyway, you walk into this shop, and you wanted to look for something specific, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was kind of like a side quest, like a potion turned me into one of those winged lions, so I could fly through everyone to the top. But I don't know.
All right. Well, you walk in.
So much.
Hey, I see a Gollum. Are you Gollum or you a fighter? You're a fighter, right? So he's this little short
Yeah.
guy. He's standing on this soapbox behind the counter. I haven't served a Warforged in a long time.
See what I meant?
What can I do for you?
No. When it
Find a
explodes, that means you hit the person.
Find a
I'm
potion
good at rock riding. I've done it once
that
before.
transforms me into one of those winged
I
lions.
got rock ridden once before in my life.
I can't hear. There's a lot of noise coming from someplace.
Hold on.
Yeah, if you're not talking, just mute. Okay, so good. So you're looking for a potion, I hear. Excellent, excellent. You got some coin on you?
Do I? I forgot.
Let's take a look at your character, actually. So, you all did level up. I think we've got a problem with Nemia. Let me just see what's going on here with Nemia.
Why is there two?
Did you disconnect and
Why is there
reconnect?
two of you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. Hang on, let me fix your video here. Okay, so Nemia, can I hear you? You there? Okay, good. Perfect. All right, so, right. Gollum is at the shop. And the halfling, he says, I can help you. Sure thing, but you need some coin on you. Do you have any coin? And of course, you look in your backpack, I guess. And unfortunately, I don't think you have much coin on you. Let's see. Gollum. You have, I think, 5 gold pieces? That's all you got? You've been working at the docks and you don't have much money? You have 9 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces. Aye, that's not gonna be enough! Don't waste my time! You want some potions, you gotta come with some money here, or you gotta trade it something. You got anything worth anything on ya?
Ren?
Yeah.
How much health do I have now from leveling up?
Hang on, I'll tell you in a minute. So,
I don't know.
what have you got on you? Gollum.
I have to check.
Well, let's see, you got some, you have chainmail? Why are you wearing mail? You're a tank. You got a dagger, you got a great axe, a hand axe, a shield. That shield looks mighty nice. If you give it to me, I'll probably... Tell you what, I got this potion here. It's, don't know quite what it is. It's something to do with sizes. You want it? You trade your shield and 5 gold.
This is so awesome.
Um,
This is the coolest spell
Okay.
ever. You can make something or somebody tiny or huge.
So what does Gollum say? Okay, so you're gonna give him a shield?
And 5
sure.
gold.
All right. So I'm gonna subtract from your gold
seconds
here.
Later, 5 seconds later, a problem happens where you need a shield.
You are now left with 4 gold, 5 silver, and you do not have a shield anymore.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right, so back to your question, Elixir. Your health, you should all have level 2 characters. Your health is 17 hit points. All right, so
Thank you.
Gollum, write down on a piece of paper. You have mystery potion of sizes. And as you're leaving, he says, I use it only when you need it. And be careful.
Okay.
All right. So that took care of that little side quest, because I know she was dying for a potion. She's got a potion. Meanwhile, you all set up a meeting to meet up with Scar a couple hours before this heist is supposed to take place. And you're all sitting at your favorite tavern. Remember what the tavern was called? The Broken Anvil. Nope, I can't spell again. Anvil. All right, so you're all meeting up a couple hours before nightfall. The museum closes at 9 o'clock sharp. Now, after you have a little meal, a little drink, Scar tells you, "Hey, I got everyone something for tonight. It's only borrowed. We gotta return it tomorrow. Okay?" He has this large sack. He says, "Meet me out back. We can't let anyone see this."
Okay.
Ooh,
Sounded
secret.
My squirrel just chatters unnervedly. He's just like,
So you guys will go out back, one of out back of the tower, or sorry, of the tavern. You're at the top of one of the towers, and it's once again it's a kind of a nasty day outside because Sharon being what it is, it's raining again. Every night seems to be raining, and it's quite slick out, so you got to be careful. You know, remember you guys had that fight, and it was really slippery, and I think somebody nearly fell off the towers. If I'm not
Someone
mistaken.
did fall off. They just survived. Also, I
So
learned
he
how to
finds a corner where there's a bit of cover from the rain, and he opens up this bag. And in the bag, he pulls out what looks to be like 2 round carpets. They're kind of like black with little white dots on it. Kind of looks like a sky with stars. Remember,
Is this a
these are
portable hole?
portaled. We have to return it.
What is it?
Sky letters.
Well, as usual, Saya or Welbrix has it already figured out.
The portable hole?
I have an idea.
These are. He hands out this. He says, "Who's gonna take it? Perhaps Gollum? No.
What are they?
Yeah.
Is it?
It looks like you got a portion already.
What are they?
They're like portals."
Oh, those.
I say what we do is we beef up Gollum as much as possible, and I say either if we don't want to go stealthy, then I say if we don't go stealthy, then we can beef up Gollum as much as possible. She can take the side potion, I can do bardic inspiration, whatnot. Sorry, that's my brother. And I feel like we could beef up Gollum. Oh my god. Hold on.
All right. So he all right. So while he's out there, you are given also. He pulls out a wooden wand. Apparently, this is only good for casters. Who can cast spells here?
Not me. I'm a warforger that works at the docks.
I
Well,
definitely
Brix-
cast spells.
Welbrix, you are given, or you are, yeah, you're given a wand. Now, Scar says, "I don't know what it does. I just picked it up on my way out. I have to return it tomorrow. Remember, it's temporary." So it's a wooden wand, and it's got like this nice swirly pattern around it. And it's about the size of a pen, actually. It's really small, but it very pointing end. Be careful with it.
Yes, someone.
Do you take it?
For some reason, I think Nemia has some spells too, or one spell.
I do. Stomping turkey is a spell.
I just have
Whoa.
to say I have 2 spells.
One of you take it.
2. I think whoever has the most. Doesn't Elixir have spells?
Yeah, I have spells, but I think she should use the wand to try and cast Thumping Turkey.
But wait,
I don't
there's
have
more.
the thumping turkey.
There's more. He reaches in the bag and he pulls out this net. It's a very, very well, good-looking net. It's quite big. In case we need it, what do you think?
It's a net. So, sure.
Who's gonna have it? I'm not a hunter or anything, so I don't know.
So there are 3 items. There's the holes, and he says, apparently 1 hole's in, 1 hole's out. So there's 2 holes, there's a wand, and there's a net. Who's taking what?
I'll have. I don't know. I probably don't need any of that stuff.
Yeah, you have a potion.
Take the net.
I think we should have the out portal, the out portal on the ship, and then one of us should have the in portal, so that once we're finished, we can just. That means we don't need somebody holding up the rope. We can just all come in, and then we can hop in the thing, and then we'll be on the ship.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
So, do you have to like put the in portal down and then jump in to go in it?
Well, you want to try it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, what are you doing exactly?
How about we put Jeff in it?
By
How
the
about
way,
we put
what
Jeff
does
in it?
the
So I'm
inside
gonna lay down the in portal and lay down the out portal like a few feet away from it.
All right, so you lay down the in portal and the out portal a few feet away from it in front of you on the floor. It's raining, and as you lay down, yes.
Do I know which one's the in portal and which one's the out portal?
Not really, not yet.
I'll drop Jeff into one of them.
But hang on, before you drop anything into it, it's raining, right?
Yeah.
So the water fills the in portal. You see the water. Normally the water hits the ground and it just forms a puddle. The minute you put one of the portals on the ground, there's no more puddle. The puddle just kind of disappears into the portal. And the other portal, nothing happens. It's just water kind of accumulates on it. So you now know which one's the in portal and which one's the out portal. But it seems like the out portal isn't working.
Maybe it's upside down. Turn it. Yeah, I was just gonna say turn it the other way. If we turn it the other way, it should work.
Gollum has their hand up. No? Yes?
I'll jump in. I'll jump in and just test it out.
Now we should do Jeff. I don't think you're. I think you're too big to fit in it.
Oh boy! Hang on a
Let's
second.
just throw Jeff in it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Squirrel might not come back.
what happened? Oh no, we lost. Okay, so Gollum, you jump into this portal,
And it breaks.
and you're flying in middle of like space, and water is coming down all
Is
around
she
you.
in
But
the astral sea?
you're falling in with the water at the same time, and you look around. You're flailing about. There's nothing up. There's nothing side. There's nothing beneath you. There's nothing. It's just all blackness everywhere. You guys, all you see is the Warforged jumps in and disappears.
And this is
Let's flip the out portal around, since the puddle came out the bottom of it. It's probably upside down.
Yeah, let's flip it over.
Gollum, do a perception check.
you're kind of stuck in the nowheres.
I think
think
we've
she's
lost
stuck.
Gollum.
No?
Yeah, but the face.
Yeah, Gollum died. Oof.
All right. So while Gollum is falling into nothing and she's frozen in time and space,
Frozen in time and space.
you take the out portal and you flip it around. Nothing happens.
Are you kidding me? Does anyone have mending?
Mending? What's that?
It's a spell called
Works.
mending.
When you smash stuff?
Do you have mending?
No, I only have one spell. It's called Stomping Turkey.
You can do an intelligence
Next spell
check.
after that is something to do with fire. And the spell after that has something to do with darkness. And the spell after that, I might actually get another spell after, like, something to do with fire spell, where I can, like, teleport through shadows.
Wellbricks, Nemia, and Elixir, all of 3 of you can do a intelligence check.
I can
Okay.
do intelligence.
I forgot how stupid Elixir was.
Wait, where's it?
Yeah, I'm pretty stupid too. I rolled a 15.
That's not stupid.
Ah. Yep. I think today is the day where my rolls decide to just start sucking a lot.
All right, so what 15 is good enough that you get an
I
idea.
got a 5. I got a 5.
So
I also rolled 15.
15. So both of you kind of look at each other, and you kind of like, yeah, I know why. Something about, well, gravity. How could anything fall out of an out hole if there's no gravity pulling it down?
Oh, I want to hold the pulled. I want whoever's the tallest to hold the portal as high as they possibly can.
All right. So you guys. So you guys try and stretch this big black portal, and sure enough, whoop, coming out of the portal is a ton of rain. I need everyone to do a dex check because so much rain just pouring out of this portal, and it's just like this pool of they emptied an entire pool of water in front of you. A dex check from everybody.
I rolled a 21.
You are fine. Elixir.
Seriously, why am I so wet?
Not a saving throw?
Just a dex save. Or a dex check, sorry.
Not a thing.
Okay,
18.
21. Apparently my luck just shifted.
You guys all quickly sort of jump out of the way just in time so you don't actually get washed over the side of this tower. And like 4 or 5 seconds later, thump! The Warforged falls.
The Warforged was the face of.
Apparently you gotta hang it upside down or something. Yeah, gravity. Good thinking.
Yeah, gravity.
So you figured out how the portable holes work. You have a wand and a net. So who's taking what? We gotta decide.
I think I'm taking the wand.
Okay, so
Oh,
Wellbricks has the wand.
Wait, what items do we have again?
You have the wand, which is going to be taken by Wellbricks. You have a net, and you have
the hole.
the holes, the two holes, the in and the out.
Wait, I think you're missing one.
No, that's
Oh
it.
yeah, that's the one you're missing. You're missing Jeff.
Oh, and that potion.
He could be useful.
Okay.
I think you're carrying Jeff no matter what.
Yes, like literally he's almost always on me unless I specifically tell him to go with somebody else.
All right. So Fox I keep saying Fox, but it's Fox. It's Scar. We'll try to keep calling him Scar from now on. He prefers to be called Scar. I'm Scar. I'm not Batman.
You're Batman. You're Batman.
Okay, Batman.
He says, "It looks like a good idea. We can use the these holes to jump in and out."
So I think one of them should be on the ship while we do this, and then whoever's copying the stuff should have the other. And so what we do is we just slide the painting or the copying sheet of paper in the in portal, and then the rest of us jump in the in portal.
I have a weapon.
Put the banana down. We do not want a banana. All right, so
I want a banana.
in that case, Scar, let me roll for Scar. He will take one of the portals and he'll give you the other portal. All right? So
we need
got
the
that.
in portal specifically. We need the in portal.
All right, so you got the in portal. All right, so he's gonna put it on in the bag for now. So you guys got to get a sky coach, and that leaves the net. Who's taking the net?
Gollum
I'll take it.
or Elixir.
I got nothing else. I got nothing better to take. So.
All right, so you got a net.
Well, actually, I do have something better to take. I have Jeff.
You got Jeff and
You
the
can
net.
have both.
Exactly.
Phoebe looks so
Jeff-
weird. Her face is just stuck there
The net
forever.
with
And
Jeff in
it's just.
Put Jeff in the net. Put Jeff in the net.
What would that do?
Nothing. It's just cute.
Okay, so
I'll use it like a Pokeball. Right?
There's one more thing.
And then when it's time to fight, I'll just throw the net out and say, "Go, Jeff, use the net."
hey! I'm talking to you. Hey,
Yeah.
shh, quiet. There's one more thing. We need a sky coach.
Right.
So he goes over to one of the, to the edge of the tower, and he goes, snaps his fingers, and he whistles. I can't whistle. I can't whistle. And moments later, a sky coach comes in, and he says, "Okay, everybody on board." So you guys are going on board? It's like a taxi. So he called a taxi. And as you are on board, he says to you see Scar. He goes over to the taxi driver or to the sky coach driver. He says, "Hey, I think there's a problem with the ship. You better look over there." Where? What problem? No problem with the ship. Yeah. There's something hanging from the back of the ship. Huh? There ain't nothing hanging from the back of the ship. Yeah, there's something hanging. Right, guys? Do you see it? He's like,
I just say, yeah.
okay, all right. Let me go check. So the driver jumps off of the sky coach, and he jumps on top of the bridge. And he looks underneath. I don't see anything. What you talking about? And a moment later, Scar takes the sky ship and flies it away. I got us a sky ship.
What happened to that guy? Did he fall?
No, he was on the bridge. All right.
Oh.
So you guys are now headed towards the museum.
Like, Scar just committed Grand Theft Taco right there. He just committed Grand Theft Taco.
Hey, I didn't say we're perfect. We're not evil, but we're not necessarily perfect. What'd you call it? Grand Theft Sky
own a
Coach.
squirrel.
For some
Yeah.
reason,
Somebody who
you
owns a
said
squirrel.
Grand Theft Taco.
Grand Theft Taco, yes. Specifically a taco, not a banana, not a burger taco. Grand Theft Taco because it rhymes.
We're gonna take a quick break while I set things up. You guys can go if you need to take a break, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So Scar drops off Gollum at the entrance of the museum, and of course, as he pulls up to the
Wait.
tower,
How did I get out of that hole?
oh, they figured out what the problem was. The problem was that the hole had to have, like, the out hole had to use gravity to pull you down. So when they kind of stretched it up above their heads,
We needed to lift it up
worked.
so that there was force of gravity
Yes.
pulling you down.
So
Okay.
So you're right now on a sky coach headed to the museum, and Scar pulls up against one of the sky coach like little docking areas that they have. Cole, can you mute yourself when you're not talking because there's a lot of noise? So yeah, he pulls up to one of these spots where they park their sky coaches, and Gollum gets out, and Scar says, "Good luck. Make sure you get in there before they close the doors." And be sneaky. Remember, Gollum's job supposedly is to distract the guards in the museum. Now, there's about 2 minutes before the doors are closed, so you're gonna have to rush. As you rush past towards the entrance, you see people are kind of piling out, and the guards are kind of trying to usher everybody out. So I'm gonna need you to give me a stealth check. Now, remember, folks, you guys have a daily hero point. It's 1d6 that you can use anytime you want to do something heroic. Save it
So
for when you need it.
anytime meeting, like, you can choose to do it after you roll?
I will be a nice DM today and say yes. Normally it's no,
Yay!
but I'm in a good mood for now. So what
Okay,
does
that
Gollum
means terrible
roll?
dice. No, I'm getting my best dice.
What does Gollum roll for the stealth?
Ooh.
I got. You won't believe this, but I got a 0.
How do you even get a 0?
How do you get a 0?
Yeah?
One.
Wait, she probably has like negative in the.
I rolled a
We're
1.
home if you screw this up.
-1 for strength. And actually, I got.
You mean stealth? You're rolling stealth.
Yeah, and in total I got
Yeah, her
1.
stealth is a -1. So, she has a 0.
She's flopping along.
We will get back to you in a second, Gollum, as you make so much noise, and you are a warforge in a city that currently is having a problem with warforge. A lot of the people don't like your kind around here, and you're trying to enter a museum as they're trying to get out, and they're being pushed out, and you're kind of maybe sneakily, not so well, trying to get up the stairs, pushing past everybody. Well, you cause a scene, and I'll get back to you in a second. Meantime, this sky coach that parked up against the tower, there's a couple that's coming down the stairs from the museum. And they're like, "Oh, coach, we did a ride!" And they run over and they try to get onto the sky coach. Scar looks back at you guys with this look like,
Push him off.
who's gonna push them off?
I will. Oh, I know.
I'm not doing it.
Museum. I'm by the museum, so I can't push him off.
Right, so
I'm
Nemia,
totally doing it.
are you pushing Nemia?
Who's pushing who?
Well, there's
You're
this couple, this kind of like rich, fancy couple. They actually have also this. It's called Glamour Weave. Glamour Weave is this nice. You guys to watch the Hunger Games by chance?
No.
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 All right, so this it's kind of like this dress that kind of just like glows and has this fire at the end, and it's a magical dress. So they're really, really rich and snobbish. Oh my! I should say this is. We're gonna report this to the authorities. We were here first. You should get off the sky coach. So they cause a scene.
Okay,
and-
I immediately do not like them.
My character says exactly this when they say, "Oh, we were here first, and you got on after we were here." I say this. This is our sky coach that we own, and we're not using it as a taxi.
You stole
That
it.
specifically. They
Okay.
don't have to know that.
It's not yours. You stole
Are
it.
you being
I'm not trying to be rude.
Friendly?
I'm trying to inform them. I'm trying
Okay,
to
so
inform them that this is not a taxi. It is ours that we own.
So you're not trying to be like overbearing and,
I'm not
and
trying to
force
be
them off.
mean,
All
but
right.
I'm just trying to tell them that it's not the kind of sky coach that drives you around. It's one that we own.
Darling, let me
I just
take
tried to
care of
like-
this. I'll take care of this moron. Oh,
I got
here.
off of the.
He reaches into his pocket and he pulls a couple of coins and he says, "This should be sufficient for me to board your boat." And
Wait,
he
how
gives
many
you
coins specifically?
he gives you 1 gold coin, and he's got like 10 in his hand.
How much does it normally cost to use
silver
sky
piece.
coach?
A silver piece.
So it's a lot more.
Scar looks back and says, "Folks, we gotta go. Either they come or they go or they don't. Make up your mind."
I say we just accept the offer and dump them off. Since there's multiple of us on it, I say we just shove them off.
Yay.
I say no.
We just shove
Well,
them off.
at this point-
I say that
just
we
take it,
be like,
shove them off the
no,
side.
we're not
Hopefully
getting
they
on.
die.
You took his money though.
Yes. And
Well,
then I say we let them get on, and then we drive kind of just randomly around, kind of towards where they want to go, and then dump them off the deepest
Okay.
place we can find so that they die.
They get on. They
And
find
then we do
themselves.
the mission.
they get on. They find themselves a nice seat, and they're sitting there in their glamour weave. He's wearing a nice blue suit, and it kind of glows like this. It also has this sort of like blue night sky, and she's wearing a very, very kind of orange, red, fiery dress.
Down somewhere. I don't want them to die.
Yeah, keep in mind, guys, you don't want to. You're in a city. You're in an urban environment.
If they're gonna die, I want them to be there so we can loot them.
Yeah, you don't want to kill people. I mean, they're not monsters.
We want to loot their corpses.
We do not want to kill people who are not evil.
They're innocent.
We will kill
They might be.
people if they are evil.
They might be snobbish
People
and
are
whatnot,
just rich
but
and
yeah.
snobby.
Exactly. So they get in.
There's just not enough time.
They strap themselves down, and they're just talking amongst themselves, and they're kind of looking at you like they're kind of looking at you sideways, like they're really talking bad about you. You can tell. So in any case, Scar takes the sky coach, and he starts flying upward, up and up, all the way to the top of the dome. And
Wait, can I say
Wait, but the people still on the ship?
yes, the couple saying, "We've never been up this high." And Scar looks back and says, "Shut up."
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
While they're like trying to talk bad about us, I'm gonna pretend to not notice, and I want to sit down next to them and try to have the most awkward conversation possible.
I feel like Jeff would want to join you in that. I feel like Jeff just like sees you're about to go do that and just like jumps off my shoulder onto yours and just
I want
decides
you.
to jump.
Hang on, sir.
And I'm like,
Bricks. I want you to roll a performance.
I'm trying to do really bad.
Roll the like worst, like roll a 1.
I rolled a
1.
20.
Oh, that's not
Okay,
good.
she sits there and she has the most awesome, annoying conversation possible that it just completely distracts them. You've taken care of the obnoxious couple. At this point, the sky coach reaches the top.
I'm trying to make them be like, okay, we will never catch a ride with you again. This is just really weird.
We want to make them just want to be like, okay, never mind. We don't want to go home on you. Let us
Well, it's too late because the sky coach has just pulled up to the window. Now, Wellbricks is talking to the people. Gollum is down somewhere below having to deal with a crowd, which we'll get to in a second. That leaves Nemia and Elixir. You look down over the side of the sky coach and you can see the window. You can see that it's still broken. It's not opened, but the lock seems to be jammed in the open position or unlocked position.
Okay.
Now, Scar, he's maintaining the ship steady. All right, go for it. You're up, Nemia. Thumping turkey time.
Thumping turkey. Wait,
Hang
instead
on,
of a turkey.
hang on. Elixir, hold on, Elixir. Let Nemia talk. Nemia, go ahead.
Can I use stomping turkey now?
Yes, you are right above the windows. You're gonna use Stomping Turkey to do what? Open the window?
19.
Let's see your spell. You don't have to roll for it. You just
Do any of us have gloves? Do any of us have gloves?
nobody
No.
thought about it.
Okay, then we
Wait, she should
make
use
it up.
instead of a turkey, she should use elixir.
So, Nemia, you cast your spell. The door opens up inward. You look down and you see the following. If I can bring up the map.
Why?
You see the interior of the museum from up top. There's a huge statue in the middle. There's 4 benches facing a total of 12 pictures, 12 paintings. There's a couple of carpets leading in, and there's 4 entrances, exits, each having a carpet in front of the entrance. Looking down, it's about 100-foot drop.
I don't think we have that much rope.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we each have 50 feet rope.
Who has
we can
rope?
tie it together.
I think.
I got rope.
Let's see let me take a look at your characters. So, inventory for Elixir. You you don't have rope?
What? Everyone has rope. That should be true.
Equipment, no rope. Well bricks. Let's see what you have.
I definitely have rope.
Inventory. Let's see. Backpack. Bedroll, mess kit, rations, rope. You have 50 feet of rope. Yes. 50 feet won't cut
I
it.
need 100 feet of rope.
Does Nemia have rope? Let's take a look.
Do I?
She has rope. Yes. Between Nemia and Wilbrix, you have 100 feet of rope. Now,
So
Yeah. It's probably like
we should tie them together.
all right, so you're going to tie them together. Who's
should
going
probably
down?
do a fight.
I'll go in.
Who's holding the rope, or are you tying the rope to something?
I'm holding the rope and tying it.
All right.
If there's like a pillar or anything like that, I will tie it to that.
All right, so
And then I will also
Off the side of the map. Off that side of the map. To the edge zone. Edge zone and water. They won't expect you to be there.
all right, so I have to mute you, Elixir, because there's too much noise. Wellbricks ties the rope. I want you to roll a strength roll, please.
I rolled an 18.
Yeah, you did a pretty good job, and you're also holding onto the rope. That means that Elixir is going down the rope, I think.
Can I have
Yes.
that too?
Yes, I am.
All right. So, what was? I can't hear Nemia. What you're saying?
Can I go too?
Yeah, we're gonna go too. Sure.
Should
Who's
I-
going first?
I'm gonna copy it because it might be in that language.
I'll go first.
All right. So you go first. You go down and you realize you forgot something.
What?
Well,
The
Elixir
hole.
started going down. He forgot the hole. Elixir, you go down. You almost slide down to the back of this statue, and Nemia is following. But Scar says, "Wait on! Wait! You forgot something." He reaches in his bag and he hands you the hole.
Hand me the hole?
No, Nemia.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
All right, so Nemia, you're holding onto a hole and you're climbing down the rope. I won't make you guys roll for the climb. You guys
I
get
say up to
down.
Nemia. I say up to
No
Nemia.
problem.
Don't forget the squirrel.
Let me put your characters on the board. If I can find them. Let's see. So we got
Don't forget the squirrel, Nemia.
Wellbricks up on a ship somewhere. Gollum somewhere else entirely different. And we have in the middle we have Elixir. And who are we missing? We're missing Nemia. There she is. Now, you guys are sliding into the domed building. You look around and you see the 12 pictures. Nemia, you know exactly which one it is, right? Tell me when to stop.
Is that a beholder?
Stop.
I saw a beholder. There's a beholder.
Yeah, that's a beholder. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a beholder.
There's a painting of a beholder.
Why is
You
there a painting of a beholder that's scary?
Do you want to see all the paintings again?
Bottom left. No, it's the 1, 2 up near the beholder.
I'm asking Nemia because I think she went back. So you guys found the painting. The paintings are up on the wall. Nemia, are you going to go take a look at the other painting again? The beholder?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's a beholder painting. It was
That picture feels off. There's no turkey in her hand. It's a dagger.
Do you want to see the rest of the pictures again?
What?
Do you want to see all the pictures again?
Yeah.
All right.
I know it wasn't.
Cole,
there
can you mute,
before.
please? All right. So we'll go quickly over all the pictures again. So there's the beholder. This horse. A frog. There's a woman princess. There's a couple.
These are people.
Someone smoking. Bad for you. There's a rabbit. Duck. There's this unending
random
staircase. There's this kind of like man sort of, I don't know, horse.
Which really looks like me.
Which looks like Wellbricks. Yes, it looks like a self-portrait of Wellbricks. There's this woman, man
And a man.
thing. There's this also kind of hidden woman. And there's this.
Which is
Aliens?
A screaming.
That's a what?
A screaming lady.
Screaming lady. All right.
Okay, well I don't remember the beholder or the screaming lady.
That's right. They were just added in. So you're staring up at the wall at this painting. It's attached to the wall.
I want to look at the. After I copy this, I want to check out the beholder painting and the other one.
All right, Golem, back to you. While they're off doing their thing, you went up the stairs after you see the sky coach take off, and people are like, "Get on it!" They're all over you. They're not happy to see you here. You're being surrounded. You see the doors are about to close, and you have to get there before they close the doors. There's a crowd of people blocking your entrance. What do you want to do?
Okay. I'm kinda in a tough position right now, and I have a few ideas that I don't really want to use, like intimidating them.
Maybe take the size potion.
Wait, no.
She has the potion, yes.
You can become tiny.
But I also kinda need. I think I need to save it for another thing.
The doors are closing.
Use the potion.
It's stressful. This is so stressful. I can't play D&D anymore.
Wait.
This would be so easy without that snotty couple.
Yeah.
So, Golem, what are you doing?
I'm still chatting with them to distract them from what's happening.
Golem.
I'm going to
What are you gonna do?
Okay, maybe I should get a tree and and put it on the stairs behind me. So everyone who's rolled down the stairs, everyone who's coming at me from down the stairs.
Like marbles or slip on the stairs?
You want to get a tree, you
Where
said?
are you going with this?
I don't know where I'm
How do you get a tree?
I don't know.
Well, you have to decide because the doors are closing in 5,
Oh,
4.
I'm going to scare everybody out of the way.
Okay, do an intimidation roll.
Up the size potion.
Yes, that's what I've been
Smash
saying.
your axe on the ground.
Intimidation roll. You have a +3 on that.
21.
Okay, suddenly Golem does a Hulk. And you turn, you get angry, and you start smashing the ground. People are like, oh, they get away from you. The doors are closing. 3,
Run!
2,
Run for it!
Run!
What are you doing? You're running to the door. You get to the door, you put your foot in at the last second, and you see the guard.
And your foot falls off.
Hey, we're closed for today. Move your foot.
Smack the guard. Fuck the guard on the head.
Maybe you could
Just say this. No.
No. Bonk.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Fuck on the head.
it's
He's-
like
he
no.
takes off his his jacket.
Don't die, bonk.
No, I'm gonna say no.
He starts
Bonk on
cracking
it.
his knuckles. He opens the door. All right, you say no, I say yes. Get away.
Bonk.
Initiative. Initiative.
Just kick him in the nuts. Kick him in the nuts.
Roll for initiative, Gollum.
Kick him in the nuts.
No, I'm just gonna.
Look.
You say yes, I say no. Bong on the head.
Roll for initiative, Gollum.
Meow.
Your initiative is a -1. So what'd you roll?
I rolled a 16.
So 15, and he rolls a 12. You go first. You're gonna do an 16. Roll. You go first. You have an unarmed strike of +5.
I got a 20. A 20.
I give up. I can't play with you guys anymore. Too many 20s. All right, you roll a 20. That's max damage. Your fist just goes right into the camera. Right into the guy's face, and he's just like, he falls back.
You just let like. Now watch me. Now watch me, bonk.
No.
Now watching.
You're in. The door closes behind you. You have an unconscious guard. He might wake up. What do you want to do?
I'm going to tie him up and.
I say you
All right.
bash his. I say you bash his head against
No
the glass and
bashing.
knock him out even.
No bashing. No violence. So
No bashing.
you tie him.
I'm gonna tie him up.
Cole, let her talk. So go on, Golem.
I'm gonna tie him up, blindfold and gag him. So basically, put a bag over his head.
All right.
And stuff it off in his mouth.
Do a perception check.
That is so evil. Can't you just use him as a weapon?
I rolled an 18.
Okay, so you are quite perceptive. You notice two things. Number one, he has a large keyring on his belt. Number two, there is a janitor's closet right next to you.
Well,
It's just all too perfect.
Shh, shh, shh.
well. Yes, I'm going to open the janitor's closet, find some rope, find some cloth, shove them into a bag, into the closet, and then I'm going to get the key ring off his belt.
All right. So you managed to get the keyring, no problem. He's a quite kind of chubby guy. It's a small closet, so you kind of got squish him in there. There's this big pail of dirty mop water that he kind of just falls into, and the water kind of overspills, and he's just sitting there like, you know. And you tie him up, you close the door, and you're all alone now in this corridor. Good job.
Yay.
Now I want you to roll for investigation as you investigate the interior of the museum.
19.
Holy cow. I'll get back to you in a second. Meanwhile, back at the museum. Or sorry, the dome. Elixir.
Can I look at the back of it?
Well, the painting's still on the wall. You haven't gotten the painting off the wall.
Why does it look like it's on a stand head?
Well, that's just me being lazy.
I'm gonna rush it. I'm gonna rush that problem. Oh, I see a problem.
Hold on, my brother's being too loud.
So, Nemia.
Can I take it off the wall and gently lay it on the ground?
Sure. I
Sorry. I asked my brother to quiet down. Come
I
back.
need you to go ahead and roll for a sleight of hand, as you have to be very careful when you remove the painting off the wall.
8 people. They're teaming. Go, go.
Sleight of hand for anemia.
Do I have any pluses or anything on that?
For anemia, let's see. Anemia, where's anemia? There she is. Sleight of hand is a +1.
Yay. I
What's
rolled
your-
a nat 20 +1.
Oh my gosh! Again! Alright, you carefully remove the painting. Elixir! I need you to do a perception check as she's carefully removing the painting off the wall.
Okay. You said perception, right?
Perception, yes.
Uh, 13.
Oh, that's not good enough. Alright, so you don't notice it. She removes the painting carefully. She's looking at the back. And indeed, there is a inscription on the back of the painting. What languages can Nemia read?
I can read Common, Elvish, Goblin, and Infernal.
Goblin. It is goblinoid. Just as you read the inscription and you look at this map, there's a little map, like a very rough handwritten or drawn map of a location beneath Sharn for this secret forge. Did you bring parchment to copy it? It was part of the plan.
Yes, she did.
Did I?
So you,
No.
and as you start copying, which you will need to roll an intelligence check, just a plain old intelligence check to make sure you can copy it.
Intelligence.
Meanwhile, Cole
I
has...
roll a 19 +1.
Wow. You have no problem copying it. Unfortunately, Elixir, you noticed the very first thing that happens after the painting is taken off the wall. Look at the map. These electrical...
Peter.
We do what?
What's happening?
These
Wait a minute,
electrical
what?
force fields appear on all four sides of the room.
Evil spirits?
And that painting, this painting here, it falls off of the wall, and you hear.
What?
Be gone with the banana. Be gone with
It
the power of the banana.
screams. The painting screams so loudly it is an alarm. The entire chamber echoes.
Oh, I got it. Got it. I got it.
Oh,
Nemia, finish copying right now.
Well, Bricks.
well,
Well, Bricks, you suddenly feel a tug on the rope, which is strange because you don't see your friends. You're looking down at this hole in the ceiling. Actually, let me show you a picture. This is the dome ceiling. And that little part up here opened up, and you're kind of hanging off of the side of a sky coach holding onto this rope, and something suddenly starts screaming and tugging at your rope. Give me an
I would
opposed
like
strength
to look
roll.
down and check it out.
That would we can do that after you do an opposed strength roll. So first an opposed roll. I rolled an 8. That's not very good.
Just roll something like a 9.
I rolled a 14.
You managed to, at the very least, not fall off of the boat or the sky coach, and you are basically holding on to this rope. And you look down. Now you don't have to roll for this. You can see now. The statue. Remember that statue?
Yes.
Ah! What is
It
happening?
comes to life, and it pulls on the rope, and it's pulling down on the rope.
This is so creepy. This is exactly what happened in the storybook. This is terrifying. Oh my god.
visible confusion.
Meanwhile, Gollum, you're investigating, and you find your way right to the center of the museum where the dome is located. Now, the question is, did you get there in time? For that, I want you to roll just a plain old d20, and if you beat my roll, you get there in time. Oh my gosh.
I'm definitely gonna. 15. Booyah.
It's like the alarms come on sonic slow. Like hilarious. It's just too perfect.
It's like.
Just don't screw this up and get a 1. Just do not screw this up and get a 1.
I can't hear anything. I can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you, Red.
Don't know what happened there. So you appeared inside of the room, right? At that very moment, the wall behind you, not the wall, but the hallway behind you is electrified with this electrical force field everywhere. In front of you is this statue that comes up to life, and it grabs onto the rope and is pulling on the rope. But you can see Wellbricks is holding onto the rope, at least for now. And you can see.
Stone, can I like try to rip the rope out of its hand?
Sure. We're gonna roll initiative in a second. So as that's happening, you also look to your right, and you can see just over to the side, Elixir and Nemia, and they have the painting. I need initiative from everybody.
Okay.
Initiative rolls all around.
19.
4.
4. Okay.
I got a 20, but it's -1, so I got a 19.
And
I have a
Nemia.
question.
Hang
Should
on,
I roll
Nemia?
initiative for Jeff?
No, he's on yours. What's your initiative, Nemia?
Initiative is a 16.
16. All right, let's see. First to act, we have a tie between Gollum and Wellbricks. So Gollum and Wellbricks, roll a d20 and see who gets the highest. Break the tie.
Why does this matter? They're on the same team. Can't I just say who goes first?
Gollum, what did you roll?
I rolled. Okay. I would have rolled 20, but my initiative was a -1, so I got a 19.
And
Yeah, but you're supposed to roll another d20.
yeah,
Oh.
one more time, just to break the tie.
Just no pluses.
No pluses.
18.
17.
All right, so in that case, Gollum, you're first to go.
Okay, so I guess I use my brute force to. Okay, so I'm gonna go and shut the painting up. It's
Yes.
a painting. And then I'm just gonna use my brute strength to break that statue.
All right, so first of all, you're gonna run over to the painting that's screaming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It takes you the whole round to get to the painting. You look down at the painting, and coming from within the painting is this form. The actual image inside the painting is coalescing and becoming physical. Now,
Oh no.
Wellbricks, it's your turn. What are you doing?
First, I want to yank as hard as I can on this darn rope.
Go for it. Strength.
I doubt this is gonna work. Yeah, I rolled a 13.
I need you to give me a dex save because it rolled a 17 and it pulled you.
Dex save. Okay, that's really good. Yeah, I rolled an actual 20.
You manage to just like fall onto the side of the boat and you don't go overboard, but you let go of the rope. It falls down to the center. No. Did you want something else, or you're done?
Wait, so if this is the ship and this is the dome,
Yes.
like, if I actually tried to jump overboard, would I jump into the hole?
You can go into the hole, sure, and you probably land on top of the statue.
I don't want to land in the hole though. I want to land right next to the hole, and then I want to use my longbow.
Okay, so I'll let you jump in now. Free move. Your following turn, you can do your you can use your arrow. Okay.
Okay.
All right, that brings us to Nemia. What you doing? You're over here copying the painting when all this craziness occurs. Nemia?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, you haven't finished fully copying the painting.
Oh. Well, then I want to finish that.
Do you want to take it or you want to paint it? Or, I mean, copy it?
I want to copy. Wait, we could just bring the painting with us?
I'm just saying, it could be a possibility.
What I'm thinking is we could, like...
Steal.
No, instead of stealing the painting, we could use the whatever I'm using to write, to, like, draw with or whatever. We could use that to cover up the thing on the back after I copy it onto the paper, and then I just have it on the paper.
Alright, so you're going to continue copying. So in that case, just go ahead and roll for, let's just call it, just an intelligence check. Roll for intelligence. If you can do it fast enough.
21.
Yeah, you can do it fast enough. You're done. I'll give you one more free move. You can move. You've done that for free. Do you want to move from that spot?
I'd like to go and help out with the thing that is... I'm gonna put that thing... I'm gonna put the thing away. Wait, have I crossed out, like, have I, like, drawn over the thing?
you've drawn over the original, for sure.
Okay, well then I'm gonna run over and help with the screaming painting that's hard
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you get there. You can act the next round, which brings us to the bad guys. The screaming painting. It reaches out and it sees Gollum. And you see its mouth just opens up wide and it's just black emptiness as it tries to swallow you.
How
I rolled a
did the
5.
painting open its mouth and try to swallow a giant robot thing?
It came
Loki,
out of
that
the
kind
painting.
stupid.
It just came out of the painting. It came to life. It's like almost like a wraith or something, kind of ghost. You're not quite sure, but I rolled a 5. It doesn't work.
I
Now-
really don't think you can digest metal anyway. I think it would die if it tried to swallow her whole.
It might not be digesting.
It would just
Might
die.
be doing something else. The statue now. The statue. It's like it moves very slow. And it takes the rope, and it's looking at the rope. It looks up, and it can see well bricks. So it's about to it's reaching. It can't get there that round because it's very slow. Which brings us to Elixir. What you doing?
This thing feels
First question:
Yes.
do I have dynamite?
No, you don't.
My first
You
question
have
is, do
a net.
I have dynamite?
No.
Oh.
no, you're not exploding the hole.
I was gonna explode the giant.
Let's use the
okay.
hole to get out of here.
But still, no.
I'm gonna go. Wait, is it like coming out of the painting, or is it like fully out of the painting?
It's
the
like-
painting monster?
It's still part of the painting, but it's kind of coming out at the same time. Like it's grounded on the painting.
What would happen if I tried? What would happen if I grabbed it and snapped it by the knee?
Grabbed what? The painting?
Yes, if I grabbed the painting, it's coming out of and just went.
All right. Well, you're still quite far
What would
from
happen
the
if I did that?
painting.
Just
Well, we'll see what
theoretically, would
happens.
happen?
I can't tell you theoretically, but if you want to get there, you're going to have to take the round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get there this round.
Hold
You-
on,
you
actually,
move-
can I get there and light it on fire?
Do you have flint and steel on you? Let's take a look at your character sheet.
I think so.
Let's just say yes. Go
I
ahead.
think so.
Morally, you have a very cute cat.
So you
So
start to
I
light it
kinda,
on
like,
fire?
crouch down while it's. So I kind of crouch down while it's trying to eat Golem, and I just kind of light the flint and steel on it, and then I back away. I just light it on fire.
All right. The painting catches fire, and this spirit wraith, whatever it is, looks back at you instead of looking at Gollum, and it just hisses at you. It's not. It itself is not on fire, but its base, its painting, is on fire. Very good. Roll damage. Roll a d6 for damage.
D6 for damage?
Yes. Yes.
5.
All right. So the thing flares up, and there's this big flame coming off of this painting. It's an oil painting, which is even worse.
It's an oil painting.
Which brings us to the top of the round. Gollum. Do a perception check, Gollum.
Is that thing physical? Like,
What'd you roll?
Is it solid? Is it a solid?
A 15.
I can't hear Gollum. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 15.
All right. You notice that the electrical walls or force fields, whatever it is, it momentarily drops just long enough to allow the following in. If I can find it.
This doesn't sound good.
Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? I need an escape route now.
We need some Scooby snacks.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
we do.
this is gonna end.
That's
You notice that 4 guards come in.
We gotta distract the guards with some Scooby
Use
snacks.
the hole.
What do you want to do, Gollum?
Distract the guards with Scooby
Hang on,
snacks.
Elixir, hold on, Elixir. Let her speak. Gollum, what do you want to do?
I don't really want to do this, but I'm gonna push them into the electrical field.
Oh, you're gonna go bad. Ugh, really?
I don't want to do it, but the only way for them not to reveal our faces and still, like, I don't know.
It's
I
kind
don't-
of
I
dark.
don't-
It's kind of dark. You don't really. Your faces aren't necessarily really visible.
Okay. Then I'll just bonk them on the head.
But my face glows purple, apparently. Apparently my face glows purple.
So, Gollum, are you still gonna kick them in, or are you doing something else?
Okay, so if they can see our faces, I might have to, but if they don't, I'm just going to on the head.
Bonk.
And
You're gonna bonk them?
bonk on the head.
Go ahead and bonk
then,
them.
Bonk.
before they can see.
I like how it's not used an unarmed strike on them, it's bonk them.
Yes. I'm gonna go bonk.
So that's your unarmed strike. You have the character sheet.
One time
It's-
I gave someone a haircut.
Rename your unarmed strike. Rename your unarmed strike attack to bonk.
Unarmed strikes +5. Roll for it.
Yay! I got a 9. So that means I got.
something really high.
Yeah, I got. 20.
Yeah, you bonk the first guy, and he's out. He falls to the floor. Look at his sad face.
Look at his mustache. No one feels bad for you. Look at your
Which
mustache.
brings us to Wellbricks. Your turn.
You are now one with the statue. You are one.
You
with
are
the
one with the statue. What do you want to do?
You are the statue.
So am I on top of the statue, or is it
You're-
reaching up to get me?
It's trying to reach up to you, but you're still. You didn't jump inside, right? You're on top of the window.
It has wings.
It's a pretty high window. It's like a 90 or 100 foot drop. You don't want to drop. At least you don't want to fall. But if you can find a way down there, maybe slide down there or something. What do you want to do?
Slide down it so
I'm looking at my stuff.
You have like something where you can like walk down.
That's what I'm looking for.
Just use a tank. If you're inside a tank and you drop 100 feet down, you probably won't die. Probably.
If I'm in a what?
Tank.
A tank.
You have tank.
I don't have a tank.
Well,
No
dang it.
one here has a tank. Or someone could crash. But then we want
I am a tank.
What's Wellbricks doing?
Do I have like enough material to quickly construct a parachute? Like, could I use my bedroll as a parachute? Would that work?
Wow. Let's take a look at your character.
This is crazy.
It
That
is crazy.
big brain. That is
This
big
is
brain.
this is what I would expect from Elixir. Elixir's been rubbing you the wrong way. He's been giving you
Perfect. Now
bad
I just
ideas.
Now I just gotta get Gollum and Nemia.
Let's see. You are going
Like-
to use your. Okay. Yeah, I say sure. Roll for. Cause I gotta make these things up. Roll for survival. You gotta survive the drop.
I'm definitely gonna use my hero die now. I'm using my
Your
hero
survival is
die
a
now.
+5, by the way.
Yeah, I'm using my hero die.
Okay.
You are gonna get such an absurdly high number.
Yeah, I did.
No, to the max can you roll a 1 plus 5, which is 6.
I got a 21. I think that's good enough.
I think so. So you, this thing opens up and you just kind of slowly drift in. You fall in like.
Okay, now I know that a bedroll works as a parachute.
Well, it wouldn't have saved
Yeah.
you if you a much higher drop might not have worked. This wasn't so bad. It gives up about 7 feet off the ground and you kind of like fall and you're okay though. It wasn't the kind of thing you want to do every day. Let's just put it that way. Where do you want to land?
Wait, I can choose.
Yes,
I
you
would
can
like
choose.
to land.
Land closer to us. because
Okay, if you're gonna allow this,
Where are we
I would
dropping?
like to land on top of the statue. On top of it.
All right,
Like
that's
on its head, like riding it like a horse.
Just
You-
slap it.
you land on top of the head. You're on the statue. You notice the statue doesn't actually move from its spot. It seems like it's permanently attached to the ground, but it can move its arms.
So if it wants to crush me, it has to smack its forehead and maybe do some damage to itself. So.
Oh, you just jump out of the way, like.
Is that
It's just gonna be like
I don't
you
want it to
holding
crush
your
me.
action?
No,
Is that
I
what
don't
it is?
want that to- I just want to land on his head,
All right,
and that's it.
good enough. You land on its head, and that's it. Which brings us to Nemia.
Is the painting thing that we're standing right next to a physical object?
It's on
Like,
fire
is it-
right now.
Yeah, I know it's on fire, but
It is
like-
very on fire.
Yeah, but my question is, like, will stuff go through it? Is it like?
It's a physical object. Yes.
Okay, good. Anyway,
She was just wondering if she could slap it or not.
yeah, pretty much. Well, I think I should just use the whole thing. I mean, we need to get out of here. We've copied everything.
All right. So where are you gonna put the hole?
Can I just put,
On the
I'm
ground, I
gonna
guess,
put-
right?
yeah, on the ground. And I'm just gonna yell at everybody to get in.
All right. So you put the hole on the ground. That's a free move. Are you gonna jump in?
Well, I yell at everyone to get in, and then I jump in.
All right. So she unfurls the hole. She puts it on the ground. She jumps in. Nothing. It doesn't work.
Oh, come on!
Are you
He
talking
still has it in his bag!
Someone committed out hole.
Do an intelligence check, Nemia.
It was the out hole. Oh my god. So mad right now. Funny.
It was the outhole.
Yes, indeed.
I'm gonna kill Scar.
Scar, when he put them in the bag, he got them mixed up, and you guys didn't check before he gave it to you. So you have the wrong hole.
Oh no.
I thought Scar was smart.
I'm such an evil DM.
Never mind then, and then. I'm
No
gonna
guns,
say
Cole, put it
never
away.
mind then.
All right, so that was a free move. I'll give you one more move if you want to move somewhere.
Oh, I'd like to stab the painting.
Snap the painting?
No, stab the painting.
Okay, that's free. You stab the painting, and the ghost, it kind of just disappears into this like dust. Like it just gone. As you look down, you see the oil painting is completely burnt, and you stab at the wooden part, like the actual frame. It's finished. Elixir, your turn. Elixir, your turn.
Oh, okay, so the portal's not working.
Asshole.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, Elixir. You're after the guards.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah. The guards come after you. 2 guards trying to grapple you. Opposed roll.
Sure.
24.
9.
Dun,
God
dun,
dang it.
dun.
I rolled higher. The 2 guards grab onto you.
That rarely happens.
Now it's your turn. You are being grappled. When you're grappled, you can either try and break out of the grapple, or you can attack and do something else. What would you like to do?
That is pretty. That sounds like.
Question.
Yes,
Does commanding Jeff count as my attack? Or not?
that's free.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
So I get Jeff to bite one. So I get Jeff to bite one of the guards. So I get Jeff to bite
All
like
right.
one of the guards, and then I punch, and then I nutsack the other one.
All right, so go ahead and do an unarmed strike. The squirrel tries to bite one of the guards, and it doesn't succeed. I just rolled for the squirrel. Roll for your attack, an armed strike.
Okay. 19. That nerd is getting nutsacked pretty hard.
Okay, you kick him really
In the nut.
hard, and he goes down. That leaves one guy holding you, one guy on the ground. He's not quite out.
But he's gonna stay down.
Which brings us to the top of the round once again. Gollum.
With the thing.
Gollum,
that
you
has
self-destruct.
I
Oh,
don't think I
you
could do that.
self-destruct.
But
You're not a robot.
At this point, you all hear an alarm ring out.
oh no, what is going
The
on?
fire alarm.
The fire alarm. Creative.
So what you doing?
Maybe I should just bonk the other, I don't know, 2 guards on the head.
Well,
again.
one's on the ground. There's only one left. He's over here by the carpet.
Okay.
You gonna go towards him?
Bonk on the head.
All right. Roll for it.
Bonk.
Roll an unarmed strike.
Six?
No, not good enough. On top of that, something else happens, and I'll tell you in a second. Well, Bricks, it is your turn. You are on top of the statue.
Okay, there's 2 things I would like to do this turn.
Yes.
First, I would like to grab my mace and mace this thing in the head. And I would assume that I either don't have to roll or have advantage because I am on top of it.
You have advantage.
Headshot.
Okay, yeah, I think I hit. I rolled a 21.
That's a hit. Roll for damage. And that's a mace, right? That's gonna be nasty.
It's gonna break that thing's skull.
10 damage.
10? Holy moly!
1d8 plus 4, and I.
All right, you all hear this crush as you look back and you see Wellbricks, the tiny halfling, take this huge mace and
Which is like the
smashes
size
the
of me?
top of the statue's head, and it just rocks fly everywhere. What's your second action?
What I wanted to do is, I wanted to. I mean, is it possible for me to? So its hand is reaching up, right?
Yes.
Can I climb onto its hand?
Well, its hand is kind of coming down at the time, so sure. At this moment, the hand is, as you crush its head, its hand was coming down to get you anyway. So you can jump on the hand, sure.
Oh, I thought the hand was still up.
No, well, it was coming down. Like the moment, remember, it's a very slow-moving target or thing. So when you jumped on its head, it immediately reacted and started going towards its own head, which of course is no longer there. So you wanted to jump on the hand or something? What was it?
I wanted to jump on the hand. Yeah.
Do a jump check. That's going to be athletics. I think it's +3.
Yeah, I rolled a 17.
All right. You jump on the hand, and not only do you jump on the hand, but as you jump on the hand, you slide down its hand, down to its elbow, or its elbow, past its elbow, down to its neck area, where, because it's kind of like you jumped on it, right? And he's moving, and you're kind of like on the top, like half the head is there. You jump down, it just slides down, so you're now sitting on his shoulder. Like about shin level, because it's a big head, right? So that was your 2 moves. Brings us to Nemia. What you doing, Nemia? The painting's gone. Your buddy Wellbricks, Elixir, is being detained by a guard. What you gonna do? Nemia? Can you hear me? Hello, Nemia. Can't hear you.
She's muted.
Nemia, we can't hear you.
Somehow I got muted.
Yeah. Okay, so what you gonna do?
I could try and scare the rest of the guards.
You're gonna scare them, you said?
I might be able to. Well, I could make I could scare the guards probably, or I could do something. Like I don't have much to do. Not money as left. But I'm gonna.
Well, the hole didn't work, so you don't have an exit plan at the moment.
No.
So, what would you suggest?
I could probably. Make. Well, I could use stomping first to scare the guards.
Can you cast it again?
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. Okay, so you can use it again. All right. So she's casting thaumaturgy.
I'd like to do. Should I do it so my voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute, or should?
You should do that and yell, "Throw the in portal down here."
Yo, wow. Okay, so go ahead. You do that. What do you want to yell?
We should get the in portal down here.
I could scream. Well, if I could get. How would I get the out portal back up?
Yeah, you can't, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, I just want to say something. I just want to scare the guard.
Okay, do an intimidation with an advantage because you're doing it 3 times as loud, and it echoes throughout the entire chamber.
Intimidation.
What's your roll?
21 and 16.
Okay, so the guy lets go of Elixir, and he gets on the ground. As for the guy over here, he also backs away, and he walks accidentally into the electrical thing, and he electrocutes himself.
Yeah, but there's also...
He's electrocuted!
I know, but there's also like 4 other guards somewhere.
No, there's only 4 guards. One is incapacitated. The red guy is incapacitated. This guy here is sort of incapacitated, and this guy here in purple is scared. Actually, they're both scared. Anybody in purple is scared. So it worked.
Even the red guy.
Okay, sure. He's not dead, but he's like unconscious. Unfortunately, the guy electrocuted himself. He basically backed into the electrical thing. He might die if you don't save him. Which brings us to the guards.
Okay, can someone save that guy because I didn't need
Why would we? I mean, I would save him, but what? Okay, so I definitely would save him, but why should we save him?
Because we're not bad guys, sadly.
That's a good reason.
I want to play a D&D where we're bad guys. Also, Ren, you're
It'd be
muted.
so fun. That would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
We did do one where we're like
Guys, listen to me.
thieves, but we're good thieves.
The first thing that happens, because it's the bad guy's turn, the statue, it stops. It just completely stopped. It seems the moment you smashed the head, it became inert. It's not doing anything anymore. That's the first thing you notice. The second thing you notice is, yes, these guys back away slowly, carefully, away from Elixir. And the guy who was electrocuted himself, he falls to the ground. He looks to be alive, but dying. And there's something else. Remember Golem? Remember Golem? I said something about something was happening and I was going to get back to you later?
Yeah.
Well, what's happening is something like this is happening. You stepped on the carpet and it comes to life. It starts to smother you.
Oh yes, it's
You are now grappled by this magical carpet. And you're gonna take some damage, I think. Let me see. Yeah.
Hurt you. Wait, if it rubs on something.
I'm not getting suffocated. I don't have to breathe.
At the beginning of your turn, if you do not get out of this thing, someone doesn't help you, you will in fact take damage. You all notice the carpet come to life and wraps itself around Gollum.
Can I, like...
Now it's Elixir's turn. Elixir.
Someone cut it.
I saved Gollum.
Okay, so you 1, 2, 3. You're gonna save Gollum. What are you gonna do to Gollum?
I do that thing where I pull out my rapier and then I randomly flail it around and like it looks like I randomly flail it around and then the thing just gets perfectly in half or something. I just cut it.
If you don't cut it properly, you might actually hurt your friend.
But will I still cut it even if I hurt Gollum on accident?
Chances are yes, because it's kind of wrapped around Gollum.
Yes, but okay, so no matter what, I'll cut it. But I might accidentally hurt Gollum.
So you're going to take that chance?
Can you just, like...
Yes, absolutely, yes, I'm gonna knock a button.
Okay, so...
Go for it, Elixir. Roll for your attack. As this carpet that's trying to suffocate Gollum. Yeah, you're attacking the carpet.
Frick you, carpet, I got a 17.
Alright,
okay,
roll
so-
for damage. And Gollum, I need you to give me a dex save.
Okay, so... Ren.
8. I got 8.
8 damage?
8 damage.
Yes, Gollum, it is in fact a rug of smothering.
And it says that the creature's grappled, target is restrained, blinded, and at risk of suffocating. But Warforges don't have to breathe.
I didn't hear that. It was too much noise. What were you saying?
Something about suffocation and Warforges not needing to breathe.
It says that the rug of smothering
Yeah, that's right. But look at the bottom. The bottom. Bludgeoning damage. It didn't actually suffocate you. You're correct, and I didn't do it. But if you're not freed by the beginning of your turn, which is next, by the way, you might take some bludgeoning damage. It's basically gonna squeeze you and love you and squeeze you.
And give you a fire burn. Wait, could it
I need to read this monster manual more because I did not know that.
Remember, you guys have items with you that you have not yet used. And it is, in fact, the top of the round. Now, because I'm going to be a nice DM right now. I know I've been a mean DM so far, but I'll be a nice DM. I will allow Wellbricks to go first because Wellbricks and Gollum technically have the same initiative. So before Gollum's turn, right? Remember, if Gollum doesn't get out of this carpet before the beginning of his turn, he will suffer 2d6 plus 3 damage, which could be lethal. So, Wellbricks,
I thought I saved her.
You cut the carpet, but it wasn't enough to actually remove the carpet. And actually, I didn't get your Gollum. I didn't get your dex save. Give me a dex save.
Dex.
Please roll something high. Please roll something high.
It has to be high because if not, you might take damage from Elixir's sword.
Because
I rolled a 5.
A 5? Elixir, you pull out your sword, and you realize not only did you cut the carpet, but you actually dug into the Warforge. Gollum takes 4 points damage. Gollum was already injured.
I think she's gonna accidentally use self-destruct.
Wellbricks, it is your turn.
Self-destruct. Do I?
What is Wellbricks doing? The pressure's on.
I am jumping off the statue, first of
Oh
all.
my god, that statue's too tall.
You hear a voice from the top.
Flying down
It
the
is.
statue's sword.
It's Scar, and he screams, "Use the wand!"
What?
Use the wand.
He says,
Use the
what?
wand. Use the wand.
Use the wand!
The one.
Oh, the wand.
So you jump off the statue, no problem. What are you doing? Let's see. Let's take a look at the map here.
I don't
right there.
exactly know what use the wand means. Use it on what? Use it how?
No one has any idea what the wand does.
Use it.
Jump off and hope
I'm
it's ready
just
for your
going
life.
to try to activate the wand, and once I figure out what it's doing, I will decide what I want to do with it. But no matter what,
Okay.
I am doing something.
Are you guys Harry Potter fans?
Yes?
All right, so say
I'm
something
sorry,
Harry Potter
yes.
say.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I love Harry Potter.
Take your pen and do your thing with your pen, like you have a wand, and say something.
Adios,
Anything?
Anything.
Hocus pocus, oogly boogly.
Yes, that is exactly what it is.
Hocus pocus, oogly boogly. Let's see. Let me
Yes.
spell this.
Cats are awesome.
Hocus pocus, oobly googly.
Benoogly.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18 letters. Okay,
You're
let me go down.
welcome.
18. 18. Okay.
Hocus pocus, oogly boogly.
So, I'm not joking. This is what you rolled. I basically used the number of letters in your magic word to look up a table to find the effect of this wand. Are you ready for this? So, this
Know what?
bluish
Do it.
electrical shot of magical energy burst from the tip of your wand, hits the carpet. Suddenly, the carpet and the Warforged are separated. And then there's this music that bounces off of the ceiling, and the Warforged and the carpet are both dancing.
Bro. I just imagine them doing the conga. I just imagine them just doing the conga like. a
Suddenly, the
slow
golem and the carpet are doing the conga.
Oh my god. And they have no choice. They're just doing the conga.
Oh my god.
It couldn't be more perfect. Oh my god.
Uh, hang on.
Now the Copa Cabana of Miami once again welcomes the ambassador. We're hoping you.
The right. Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
Golem and the carpet are doing the conga. It is now Golem's turn. Golem, I need you to give me a wisdom save to see if you can snap out of it.
Okay. Okay.
It's the perfect song for it, anyways, because it's saying that it's
trying to embarrass myself.
Okay, I better stop the music before I copyright something. Infringe some copyright. All right. So, what was your wisdom save?
16.
You're good. You can stop dancing if you wish. The carpet still continues to dance.
How does the
That is
carpet
like
even
the
dance?
salad. Can we not
Really
turn
badly.
this wand?
Yeah, that's exact. That's accurate.
Wait, how? Can we just
So-
not return this wand because it's like the best thing ever?
You guys, you see that as soon as the electricity kind of knocked out the guard, and the conga starts playing, and you know the carpet starts to dance, the electricity disappears.
I just imagine the conga starts I just imagine they start doing the conga, and then this conga starts playing, and then everybody just looks over to me just playing my guitar thing, and me just playing the conga,
Now,
and then I just stop, look up, and I'm like, what?
You hear one more
playing
shout coming from the top of the dome. Head down to the port, to the edge. Go to the edge, where we left you off before. It's where they left you off, Gollum. It's once again, it's Scar saying, go to where we left you off. You know, right in front of the museum. Just go down the corridor. Gollum, you're all outside of initiative at this point. The guards are leaving you alone. The carpet is dancing. It's happy. The statue is inert, not doing anything. Gollum, you know exactly how to get out of here. You did a perfect investigation early. You run down those stairs. You look and you see Scar coming down with his skyboat, and the nerve of this guy. Those two stuffy, snobbish, rich people, they get off of the skyboat, and they see you running. They just get out of your way. As you guys are running towards the skyboat, there's like 20 guards chasing you. Does anybody want to do anything?
I want to do something.
Yes.
Can I?
Okay, two things.
Hang on.
Okay, I want to do two things.
Yes.
One comes after the first thing, but for one, this is where the net comes in handy. Since I'm probably the last one there, since I was playing my thing and I have to put it away, I throw the net at the guards to stop them, and then on my way into the ship, I slap both of the snobby people.
Nemia, you were saying something. What were you saying?
I would have done this if you didn't do that. I would have said that the rich people worked for us.
Okay, so you all run towards the boat. 20 guards chasing you. Elixir Bubbles, do an attack. This is going to be a ranged attack. So add your no modifier for your just your dexterity modifier, actually.
Okay.
And don't forget, you still have your hero dice if you'd like to use it.
Yes, the session's probably almost over anyway.
No, use your...
That's called foreshadowing.
You... Foreshadowing. It's a shadowing on a floor. Floor shadowing.
23.
Okay, so you unfurl this net, you throw it, and it starts to expand, like 30-foot net. And let me see a saving throw for the guards. It wraps the entirety of 20 guards, so much so that it actually it's almost like a fishing net. You actually fished 20 guards, and they all just fall to the ground, and they're stuck inside this net.
Let's batter them and then put them in the deep fryer.
Well, before you batter them, you get inside the boat.
Wait, before I get inside the boat, I slap the rich snobby.
You slap the rich people.
You're done. I specifically stop, slap them both, and then go in, like just without any context. I just slap them.
You're done, Elixir. You're in the boat. You slap the people. Nemia, last thing. What do you want to do?
Don't we need to return the net?
Technically, yes.
I mean, not really, but...
Let's just not return any of this stuff.
So, Nemia, are you doing anything? Last thing.
Can I trip the rich people with my tail?
Yes. As he slaps them, you trip them. You run past them. Wellbricks, your last move. What do you want to do?
I want to yell back to the guys in the net, sorry guys, and then I'm just gonna get on the ship.
Finally, Gollum, your turn.
I guess I just run. I just pick up the giant ball of guards, throw them back inside the building, and say, by.
You guys look back and you see this Warforged try as best as he can to pick up, and he imagines it in his head. Of course, he doesn't do it. He gets on top and in the boat. He said, I picked him up and I threw him, but he didn't. It's all in his head. You can't pick up 20 guys, but hey, nice try. You guys get inside the Sky Coach and you zoom away, and Scar looks back and says, nice job.
Thank
Now.
you. I did everything.
Let's hide this boat and go hide ourselves.
Okay, I thought you weren't doing it. Okay, I won't kill you. I promise I won't.
And with that, we end the third session in our game, this of insanity. How many crits were there today? I forget, I've lost track. But you now have the clue to the location of the forge. So our next session,
Which says what?
which says there's a forge underneath the city, which we will figure out at our next session. Congratulations, guys.
Man, Golem, at the end, Golem just tried to she just tried to do that. She just
I'll
tried
assign
to.
some XP. You probably won't level up.
Scar's idea.
I have to go.
All right.
This was
Bye,
fun.
guys. See you
Bye.
next week or week.
Bye,
We'll see.
YouTube.
Bye, guys. Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, YouTube. Have a good rest of your day.
There you go.
Bye.